Off-duty
Happy to
police.
report.
Go ahead.
Yeah, off-duty police can smoke weed in New Jersey.
This is revolutionary. And I'm surprised the first two states that legalized it haven't done this.
Yeah. NJ.com is reporting that, it's editors note, this is from NJ Cannabis Insider. They're hosting something on July 14th at the Ashbury Park. I like how they have a little plug for something. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
But off-duty police officers in New Jersey are permitted to consume cannabis products and should not face discipline for doing so under the state's legal marijuana law, according to a memo from acting Attorney General Matthew Platkin.
You mean common sense? You mean officers are going to be regular employees now too? Like they can probably use common sense when they're out there in the field enforcing the law now? Holy shit!
You mean those officers that can clearly have a beer after they're done serving their community can also now have a joint after they're done serving their community? This is real progress, and I really am impressed with how New Jersey's rolling out their stuff. We'll see, because there's a lot of local control in New Jersey's regulation. However, they've already issued conditional licenses. They'll issue some more conditional licenses here probably in another 2 months for the dispensaries. And then people who keep calling me for transportation licenses. I can't stress this enough. The transportation license is worthless unless you have thousands of license holders that need it. For example, in California, they call it a distro there, a distributor. But everybody, for whatever reason, just thinks it's so easy to get in at a transporter level or a distribution level. And that's the way in. But
Are they thinking like Uber Eats? Are they thinking like, okay, I'll just drive some weed?
Yeah, the courier license. Some are thinking like that. But again, nobody has ever retired from being an Uber driver. That's one of the reasons why you're there. It's because you didn't have enough money.
Side money is supposed to be not the main income, but yeah,
right.
It's but no, I again here in Seattle, hippie, goddamn Mecca, whatever people think it is. I'm surprised. Cops don't care about weed, right? And the drug war is the biggest thing with law enforcement and citizenship. Me and the cops. You know what I mean? Like that's the biggest. Like that to me is a barrier of equity, and the thing that will help us as a society. Like common sense.
Common sense would really go a long way. Unfortunately, it is in short supply in the nation's capital. Let's go ahead and check some more of this. Platkin, and again, that's New Jersey's top law enforcement officer. He is the acting attorney general, sent a memo to police and chief directors reminding them that the Cannabis Regulatory Enforcement Assistant Marketplace Modernization Act. Now, I want you to pay close attention to what they have called their law in New Jersey. It's not the MRTA or the CURTA like we have in other regulated states. No. They called theirs cream because cash rules everything around me. No, that's not why, but it is the Cannabis Regulatory Enforcement Assistance and Marketplace Modernization Act, or the CREAM Act is what they often refer to it as. And I just think that is delightful. But
I mean, if you had a license, dude, I'd be singing that song all fucking day.
Yeah. Phil Murphy signed it into law 14 months ago and says departments may not take any adverse action against any officer because they do or do not use cannabis off duty. Key word here, key term, once again, off duty.
Well, it's fuck, man. Prohibition enables bad policing, bad behavior, bad law.
Yes, and if you were one of those tuning in that thinks that prohibition enables these types of bad behaviors, bad policing, and bad law, click them likes, and then tag your favorite law enforcement. Well, actually, don't do that. Tag your buddy who's been hassled by law enforcement. They're way less likely to report us.
That's a true story. So we got the Hill.
Well, hang on a second before we pass on that one.
Oh, sure.
Let's go to the one more point about this New Jersey law that allows off-duty cops to smoke. But it also said more. It said an employee shall not be subject to an adverse action by an employer solely due to the presence of a cannabinoid metabolite in the employee's bodily fluid. So that is even worker protection beyond just.
That's huge. That is employment rights, right? That's what it's all about. I wonder, though, it will cover probably. No, it probably can't, though. Truckers, right? Again, our friends who help transport and keep us fed because they follow a federal goddamn guideline, right? The state driver's license isn't that in turn covered with the
Yeah, there's
insurance.
federal money involved, and then there's contracts, and so contracts like insurance, very often they have to follow federal law. There's all sorts of frustrations that you have when you're trying to, change the future for the better because cannabis really needs to be legalized. The next one is something that I saw that was trending.
Yay.
Yay. And then when that blue thing at the bottom goes all the way to the right, you hit end.
Blue thing.
I think Laura made us this. It's really sweet of her. Good
Oh,
stuff.
you talking to Danielle?
I don't know. The little blue thing at the end.